Hello and welcome to Steve's Backyard Bonsai. Today I'm going to be pruning up my Toringo Crabapple, which was given to me by Ralph in my club. It's doing really well, and I'm also going to be reviewing the pot that it's in. If you recall, I'm reviewing the Treeigami Bonsai Shoes, and this is the first update I'm doing on these pots. All right, let's get to it. All right, let's take a look at the pot. I've kept it on a tray of sand because it has a complete open mesh bottom, which I'm still not sure how that is going to work long time, but I bet you there's a lot of root activity because I see a little bit of root right here. So let's lift it up and take a look. Well, before I do that, here is a pot that has not been exposed to the sun. That's the same color. You can see there's probably been just a little bit of fading, but certainly not that much. This one has been out in direct sun, and this one I've protected from the sun altogether. So there is a bit of a color change, but almost imperceptibly. All right, let's lift it up and see what we got going on underneath. Oh yeah. As you can see, the escape roots are aplenty. So I'm gonna slice these off because I have a feeling they're gonna grow again very nicely. I'm gonna get something to dip that in and clean it before I slice it. And I'll just show you the results afterwards. I just wanted you to have a closer look at the roots. Now this is not, I'll put the date in the description that I put this in this pot, but it has not been that long. This is pretty fantastic. So A+ on root production. Fantastic. All right, so I have trimmed the roots, and I'm sure they will grow back aplenty. Now, repots are going to have to be studied closely because I have a feeling that even with trimming them back, these will clog up eventually. So, on my review of the Treeigami pot, I'd say A-, maybe a B on the ability to withstand UV rays. So let's get to the pruning. All right, this was my front. And I had a branch coming forward right here. I pruned it off right there. And a branch came down below it, which is just what I wanted. I'm going to trim back the pruning stub, and I would like to control the growth of this to be in an upward and outward direction. So I'm going to prune it right back to here. And this leaf, well, it might be in a downward and outward, which would be okay as well. Make the pruning stub a little shorter. There was really not much dieback. All right, moving on to this branch. Also coming forward, I pruned it. It had been pruned here. I pruned it here. The pruning stub there I'll get now. I pruned it here, or here, actually. I pruned it here. And it came out in an upward direction, which I like. But I think I'm going to prune it way back to here. And let's see what happens there. Got plenty of growing season left. I'm going to take these shoots out that are growing low down on the trunk, on the branch rather. Here's a leaf on the top. Here's some leaves in the crotch. Some more small leaves. Coming out at places where I don't want branches to develop. However, I do want branches to develop up here. This one going down. You know what? I don't really mind that. I'm going to take off the leaves that are closest to the bottom of that stalk. And this one going straight up. And this one on the bottom. Do I want a branch developing there? You know, I don't mind there being a branch developing there. If that grows into this spot, that's great. And this is the daughter of the mother-daughter. But do I want a branch on top? I don't. So I'm going to take this top branch off entirely, or the leaves associated with it. I'm just going to let it grow on as it is. All right, the back branch of the daughter. I'm going to take it to here, and let's see what happens. All right, so now it starts to have some interfering branches. This one, I'm going to take this one back pretty hard, right to here, and maybe I'll get two branches growing there. Here's the pruning stub from the last pruning I did. Make that a bit shorter. This branch, it's got a little anemic branch starting at the bottom. I think I'm going to cut that short in favor of the developing extension up top here, but I'm going to shorten it here, right to there. This one getting a nice pad here, but I want it to continue growing outward and upward, so that one could be pruned to there. And let me just get some of the leaf clutter out of there, because I have a little branchette growing here, which I'll take off. One on the bottom, which I'll take off. And I'm just going to do a little leaf pruning here. To get more light to this branch. I think I see some spider mites on there, so I'll spray this with soap and water before I put it back out on the bench. I might go a little shorter here. All right, moving on to this branch. Got my pruning stub there, that looks pretty good. Another one here. I like this, that it comes down in this direction. And I think I'll prune it. You know what? I'm not going to prune it. I'm going to take the larger leaves off and see what happens. And hopefully light will get to this branch. I'll take the leaves off that are closest to the inception point of this branch. And I'll take some of these leaves off of here. That's nice. That'll develop nicely. You know, I think I'm going to go back a little further here. Okay, that's got this branch pruned up nice. Let me move to the other side. I like this little branch developing here. I'm going to let that grow. I think I'll just take the tip off. And let me clean up this intersection here. Not sure why the tree chooses to do this. Put so many leaves down there. But it's not what you would see on a mature tree. And this is supposed to be a little miniature mature tree. So how far do I want this branch to come? I do have a nice branch here, one below it that is in a different direction. I think I'm going to take it here to encourage upward branch growth. So this should continue up this way. This branch crosses the other branch and it's way too long. So I think I'm going to take it way back to here. And I'll see what happens if I let this branch grow. There do appear to be buds at the base of each one of these leaves. I don't know if what I'm doing will activate it or what. I wouldn't mind if a branch developed down low here in this section where I don't have any foliage right now. All right, here's my old pruning stub. And of course, this is my apex. So what do I want to happen here? Now, I want this to be a credible but small tree. So I'm going to prune this to here. Get rid of some of these little leaves growing in the crotch or close to the point where the branch extends. All right, that just leaves one more branch. Ralph, I like this tree. Thank you very much for thinking of me. And you gave it a new home. This, I think, needs to come off. Or does it? That's the one I said I thought would fill up this space. I don't think I want that now. right, if this is my apex, I want to cut this one down to here. I'm getting some nice branching. I want to get some very, very fine branching. This is still a little crowded here, isn't it? And I think that's it for my Toringo Crabapple. Thanks for watching. Thanks for keeping me company in my backyard. And thank you to Andrew at Treeigami.com. The bonsai shoes are working out well, and I will do further reviews throughout the summer. Cheers.